Morning everyone. If you remember, that is where we went on part 1 of the walk. We're going this way today. It is very, very cold this morning. 4 degrees. Probably the coldest walk so far. This side of the clock's changing. Certainly this side of the summer as well. As you can see, it's still dark. So I'm using the old iPhone this morning. It's a better light when it's like this, as opposed to the other camera I use. Got a busy day today, hence why I'm out so early. But I thought I'd bring you guys with me again, just so you can see a little bit more of the village. Not much really to tell you about really here. It is one of the many residential areas of the village. A mix of bungalows and houses. If you carry on to the top, there is a really, really nice sort of farm track that you can follow. And it sort of brings you out a bit further around the village. I'll show you where it comes out, but we're not going to go up there today. I haven't got the right shoes on. And as I said, quite busy this morning. Go. Jogger out there. Best time to come out. I still say the same thing, but it's true. And they've got the right idea as well. Okay, so we're going to be turning right here. That's right, come, good girl. Just let this car go by. This is back lane. Now, on the left hand side of this road, there's a couple of industrial estates. Azra's just decided now's the time she's going to do a business, so just going to have to pause for a second and I'll be straight back. Okay, sorry about that, we are back. So as I was saying, yeah, along the left hand side here there are some industrial estates which I'll point out in a moment. This road here on the right hand side, if you did a right here, obviously it takes you through more residential, green banks, but it takes you back to the high street, and I'll show you the other end of that when we come from the high street. So that is the industrial estate I was telling you about. Very good Chinese up the end there, or I think it's a good Chinese anyway. Put new speed limit in the village about 3 months ago, 20 miles an hour everywhere. My personal opinion, for what it's worth, is the high road around from where the church is up to where the moor is. Fair enough, 20 miles an hour because the school kids, and the smaller roads, like where I am now, 20 miles an hour. But coming into the village and going back out again, totally unnecessary. And absolutely, I would say it's a half and half split as to the people that respect that speed limit and the people that are still going sort of 25, 30. You will unfortunately always get people that go faster than that. They are the stupid ones. But 20 miles an hour, in my opinion, causes far more congestion and backup than 30 miles an hour. And I know obviously about the difference in speed saving lives. I get that, and it is important, of course it is. But that's just my couple of pence worth that I'm not sure if the bear will end up. Actually, come on. So we've got another car behind us, so bear with me. Very surprised at this time of morning seeing anything, to be honest with you. Might have been people that have been on the night shifts, or securities, people like that on the industrial estate, no idea. I am very surprised. You can see my breath, I've just realised. A couple of camera shots, you can see my breath. That is how cold it is. And it genuinely is. Flipping cold this morning. It really is. Come on, good girl. So we're coming up towards the end of the road very shortly, which will bring us back onto the high street, and I'll give you some geography when we get there. But I think that will make it make far more sense to people than me just jibber jabbering until we get there. The channel is doing it very, very well at the minute. I think we're up to 26 subscribers, and I think before we went to Thorpe Park we were only on 7. But it's not just the Thorpe Park thing that's done it. I have been working very hard on other material that some of you might have watched, some of you might have not, but if you haven't, just go and give it a look, because especially the walkabouts, the one in Royston, the first one in the village here in Melbourne I did, and the one I did last weekend in Cambridge. It is a lot of effort, especially the one in Cambridge. You know, as you saw, I had the dog with me, or might have seen, sorry, I had the dog with me. So, had to park up in the multi-storey, 15-20 minutes to drive there, 45 to 50 minute walk around, showing you all the most important sites, then getting back again. But prior to that, planning the route, get a little bit of history for you. You know, all this stuff takes time, and I'm really enjoying this at the minute. It's a hobby for me. You know, if I ever get to the sort of level of subscribers, Azra, come please. Good girl. If I ever get to the level of subscribers that some of these channels get, which I don't think I ever will, by the way, but if I ever do, you know, it's a lot of work that people do, and I'm sure a lot of the vloggers that I watch would agree. There's a lot of effort that goes into it. Right, geography. So, that takes you back to Old Royston. There's a little road there on the left hand side going into the woods there. That is where the track will bring you out if I were to go in that field walk I was telling you about. You might have seen a mountain bike video that was in that wooded area as well. So that just gives you an idea of where we are. So this is the beginning of the high street here. Whereas before, when I did it, we sort of came out, I don't know, quarter of the way along, whatever it was. Another car coming. It's unreal. Absolutely unreal. Just bear with me. Ashra, stay on the path, please. Come on. Ashra, on the path. Come on. Good girl. Okay, so this is what I was telling you about the speed limit on the high street this end. was 30 up until, as I say, a few months ago. In my opinion, totally unnecessary. But that is my opinion. But I think if you were to sit down with many people in the village, sensible people in the village, they would say the same. That of course it's necessary to slow the traffic down where the schools are, but at the same time, to slow it down throughout the village, I don't think it's necessary. Anyway, I digress and moan. People that know me best will know I have very strong feelings on certain things. That's one of them. Maybe a bit unnecessary, but you know, if it's a massively busy pedestrian area, I get it. But not this end of the village and obviously our end of the village. One of the garages in Melbourne here. Never been in there, can't tell you what it's like. So maybe people can leave some comments, let me know what it's like. In the last week or so, the leaves really have come down. The temperature obviously has dipped hugely. Old style post box there. Yeah, the temperature has dropped dramatically, and as such the leaves have started falling. I had to blow our garden for the first time last weekend. I probably could have done it before. It was quite a lot, but it's such a laborious job. I hate doing it. I hate doing anything in the garden, to be honest. Other than going in the hot tub, which I turned off last weekend as well. Depends what happens over Christmas as to whether I fill it back up again. It's shaping up. Come on, Ezra. It's shaping up Christmas week that James and I are off to London on the 23rd. Natural History Museum and maybe Winter Wonderland. I don't know. It's very close to Christmas for Winter Wonderland, I'm not sure. We'll see. 24th, Christmas Eve. Gonna take Mother and James out if Julie's off as well for lunch. Christmas Day we've got Julia's mum and dad coming and the kids. Boxing Day, I think my brothers with his wife and my niece. 27th, which is the Friday, there is talk, and I don't know definitely yet. I'll confirm this on a video in due course. Might be going to Madame Tussauds in London, so watch this space for that, because I'm quite excited for that actually. We've been to Las Vegas, New York. We'll go to the one in Orlando when we go. That's a few years away, to be fair. So I want to go to the one in London because I've heard it is very, very good. So that's something to watch out for. And then the weekend it'll probably just be recovery. I'm sure there's plenty of football on that weekend. So we'll watch this space for that. Come on. And then back to work, although Julia's off until the new year. I'm back to work the days between Christmas and New Year, which is a bummer, but that's life. Okay, so enough of me rambling on about future events. This road here on the right hand side is where I came out of in part one. So that gives you a little bit of geography as to where we are. We're going to cross over because we're going to do a little bit different when we get there. So my plan is, I'll warm up now. We're going to go up Dolphin Lane. We're going to have a look at where the common is. Not the common, the meadow. that I was telling you about in part 1. And then I'm going to get the other end, cross over, go onto the field where James plays football on a Saturday morning, and then walk back down the moor past James's school, and then we'll be on the home leg. So we've seen a bit more of the village today. And as I say, because I'm using the iPhone, I could have done this at midnight and you'd still get the perspective and the good light, which is amazing. Not that I ever would, doing this at midnight, I'm not that sad. But I've said it before and I'll say it again. Seeing nobody and having this all to yourself is amazing to me. Yeah, of course, when we go to certain places, of course there are people, and there will be people, and that's life, because you can't always do this sort of stuff first thing in the morning. But to be able to do this, it's incredible. Okay, so we're going to do a left at this next road. Lane. Quite a narrow, oldie weldy sort of road. You can imagine back in the day, the old cars, the horse and carts, all that sort of stuff coming along here when there wasn't the need for cars to be going up and down, because you certainly wouldn't get 2 cars up here, this bit anyway. A bit further up you will, where it widens, but not the initial bit. So I just saw another dog walker, but he's crossed over the path, so that's fantastic news, because I really didn't want Her Majesty kicking off. It was quite incredible yesterday. We went to watch James play football, and there was a couple of other parents with dogs. I'll just pause that thought for a minute. So that is where the meadow is, down there. Okay, so yeah, sorry, going back to what I was saying. Went to watch James play football with her, a couple of other parents with dogs. I let her go and have a quick chat. Nothing rough, just go and have a quick sniff around as they do. After that, she was absolutely fine with those dogs, no problem at all. As soon as she saw another dog, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 metres away, she's belly aching again. All she wants to do is go and see other dogs and talk to other dogs. And sometimes she sounds very aggressive, almost like she wants to do serious damage. She doesn't. You've seen her enough in these videos. She wouldn't say boo to a goose. Azra, would you? No, exactly. She wouldn't say boo to a goose. So it always astonishes me when she kicks off like she does. Anyway, so as you can see, still almost still on 1 car lane. Not been up here for ages, but as I said, I've got a busy day coming up. Dog's probably going to be at home a few hours by herself, so I thought to myself, I'll bring her out for a long walk now, because then she'll be shattered and she'll probably just sleep, which she did yesterday. After we went out for a walk in the morning, the normal walk, and then, as I said, I took her to watch James play football, which, to be fair, there wasn't a lot of exertion, apart from seeing the other dogs. Most of the time she was sitting or laying down, but we were out for a good couple of hours, and she just slept when we got back, You know, I think she forgets that we were actually with her and saw exactly how little she did. Very, very nice houses up here. Not going to keep panning left and right because it's not right to people's houses, but take my word for it, there are some very nice houses up here. Again, a mix of houses, bungalows, and I'd imagine it's quite expensive. I've absolutely no idea of prices around here anymore, to be honest with you. I know where we are, you know, our house ridiculously has gone up sort of £150,000 since we bought it sort of 10 years ago. I mean, where else can you have that sort of price gain? It's mad, isn't it? Absolutely mad. Admittedly, we had the house decorated from top to bottom. We had soffits and fascias all put in, new double glazing, new front door. You know, all these little things just helped to make it look far more presentable. But you know, I just don't know how there's justification. Obviously, it's good for the seller as long as someone will buy it. It's all relative, isn't it? You sell your house that's gone up £150,000. The house you want to buy has also gone up that much, and probably more, because you're probably always wanting to, at our age anyway, wanting to better yourself as opposed to downsize. Anyway, for now, our little house serves us just fine, so certainly no rush to move. Alright, so we're coming up to the end of Dolphin Lane. And I'll give you some more geography in a minute. So if you were to do a right here, there's another car, bear with me. So if you were to do a right there, takes you back into the village centre. Doing a left here takes you towards the A10. If you like, there's 3 entrances and exits into Melbourne or out of Melbourne, and that's like the middle one. Use it sometimes, but primarily I use the one where I was telling you about before, and then the other one I'm going to do a right out of our road down up towards where the garden centres are, which I've not showed you. Maybe I will do at some stage. Okay, so on the left hand side you've got the Sheen Mill here. I've not been in there for a long time. It used to be amazing, I'm sure it still is. Lovely little pond at the back there. We see quite a lot of wildlife. We're doing a right here, up this alley, which is going to take us out to the fields. I used to do this on my bike. I just have to get off and get the bike up these stairs. But when the dog needs exercise and I need exercise, it's best time. Best type of thing to do. Don't need your bike when you can do this. I don't mind telling you, I'm absolutely sweating and it's 4 degrees. Okay, so that alley there will take you back to Vicarage Road, back onto the high street. This is the field that I've been telling you about. James used to play football on these. Doesn't so much now, he plays on a bigger pitch, that's over the other side. Very soft underfoot. So I'm hoping these shoes are going to be alright. I don't fall over. If you see the camera go flying, you'll know what's happened. Over there, where you can see the floodlights, is the back of James's school. And I'll show you this new pitch as we go by, because they train on that on a Wednesday night. As you can see though, we've got some lovely, lovely walks in the village. And this is only really scratching the surface. I could do probably a couple more videos of the same length of other sort of hidden gems, and maybe I will at some stage. But when it's wet like it is underfoot and slippery, it's not the best time to be doing it, really. But I'll give you a few pointers as we go along. So the reason I've cut across this like I have is to show you the pictures I said. What I could have done is gone left into that corner and followed the perimeter of the field, and then sort of back along a sort of a proper path. But as I say, I'm doing it for you guys, just so you can see. As you can see, this is a purpose-built 4G pitch that the football club that we help with are a big advocate of it, and obviously helped get a lot of funding towards it. And fair dues to everyone involved, because it is a proper facility. It really is. And I played football on a Monday night there myself, and it is really good surface. A little bit slippery when it starts getting a bit skiddy underfoot, but for the most part it's tip top, and we are very lucky in the village to have it. Give a shout out, it's Melbourne Dynamos, a football club that obviously are a big, as I say, advocate of it. I'd go as far to say as if they weren't involved, it wouldn't have happened. And this was a complete and utter wreck before. It was like almost like a sandpit sort of surface. It was horrendous. If I can find them in due course, I'll show you some photos when James had a birthday party on it. But it was horrendous, it really was. Anyway, more digressing. Just a big up to the football club for getting that done. Everyone's having the use and enjoyment out of it. Okay, so as we come through the opening here, you might be able to see the lights on the other side of the field where the pavilion is over there. Now that is a proper purpose-made path along there. We're not going that way today, but in that corner over there as well, there's another walk you can do in the wooded area. Really nice. Brings you out in the orchard over the back there, behind the pavilion. Maybe we'll do that another time. And then you can, there's a walk you can do all the way to Melbourne. I've done it a few times when I was off work and didn't go anywhere for a few years ago, and it took me about an hour from home to do that walk up to Meldriff, round and then back round into the village. So again, maybe it's something I can do on camera. I'll see. Just in front, Little Hands, where the younglings go. Not quite sure the age they go up to. They're probably up to, I suppose, reception age, whatever that is that 4 or 5 now, I don't know. And then obviously they go to the primary and junior school before they then go to James's school, which I'll show you shortly. If you remember, I was telling you about a park that's just been redone. In fact, we will go that way, so I can show you. But this bit here is the basketball court. At the right time of day, always see lots of people there. Brings back memories, because I played football back in the day on these pitches. In fact, the goals have been taken down. Oh, the goals are over the far side. But yeah, I played on both pitches actually. When I was a lot younger. I say a lot younger. It sounds ridiculous, doesn't it, really? I've been married now, what we're now, 18 years, just gone 18 years. and it's a long time, I suppose, because I stopped playing properly once we got married. I got quite a bad knee injury, which fortunately doesn't give me a lot of grief, although in the last 6 months it has. But whether it's all to do with that, I've got a blood clot in my knee, and then off the back of that got gout. So whether it's all to do with it, I have no idea. Anyway, this is a new park they spent a lot of money on for the kids. Probably shouldn't have the dog in here, but at this time of day it doesn't really matter. She's not causing havoc. Come on, this way, good girl. But they have done really, really well, and I just hope the use it properly and don't cause any damage, because none of this stuff is cheap to either do in the first place or then repair. So little taster there. So we're now on the moor, making our way back down towards the high road. A few bits and pieces to tell you about on the way. Some might be interesting, some may not be. Ashra, come on, good girl. So on the right hand side, I think he's behind here actually, he must be. This has grown a lot since I was last down here, or paid attention. Is the bowling, Melbourne bowls. I'm not going to go down this little path because that's normally like a bog, which is why I didn't come up it in the first place. But that is Melbourne bowling down there, bowls. Coming up on the left here is the field where James plays football yesterday morning. Had quite a good game yesterday. The result didn't go their way, they did lose 2-1, but it was against the top of the league team who haven't lost a game all season. And their manager came off and actually said to all of our boys and us, that was the hardest game they've had all season. I think they were from St Neots, I think Priory Park side, I think they were. Anyway, that was good because they did play really well, considering we lost our goalie, one of our main defenders, in the first half, I think. It was that sort of game. It's a very physical game, and our boys don't usually like the physical aspect, but they really showed their mettle yesterday, so fair dues to them. Another view, and this is James's school on the right, MVC, Melbourne Village College. So you'll see when we get to the top how short his walk is to school. 10 minutes tops. Nowhere in the village is that far. I mean, I know I've been rambling on for coming up half an hour, but excuse me, if you want to get somewhere, walk it. Even from where we are, it isn't far really. I've just done a huge circle as you've seen, but it's a very small village really. In the grand scale, it's getting big all the time, I'm afraid to say. As I said before. As we're doing any more chasing birds and squirrels. Let's go. So we're getting towards the end now of the tour. I'm not going to record as we go across the road because you've seen it all before, and I'm rambling on now anyway, to be honest with you. But as I said before, this is a very ad-lib channel. Apart from me choosing the route I'm going to do and sometimes changing it, it's all very much off the cuff, and that's how we want it. I'm hoping in the future Julia and James will be involved in these, because it does get a little bit repetitive sometimes, talking to yourself. Hopefully I'll keep it interesting. Sure you guys will let me know. But as I've said before, we'll cross over, Azra, come on. Good girl, come on. I'm really enjoying what I'm doing at the minute. This is more like a hobby for me at the minute, and I'm really enjoying it. You know, the viewers or subscribers, I think I'm now up to almost 10,000 views on videos and shorts. You know, and that for me is just mind-boggling that people are actually interested in what I'm doing. We should have a few more subscribers. I'm sure that will come in time. But at the minute, I think I'm up to 26, which, as I said before, from 7 practically a week ago. I must be doing something right, I hope. So down there very quickly, and we'll go that way at some stages where we normally go, Vesra, which is towards the science park, and it's like a big circle from home. I come out over there. Hopefully in a minute you'll get a little bit of the geography of where we are, and then I'll switch off, as I said, because I'm rambling. But this sort of crossroads section is where in part when I was bemoaning prices of moving house and stuff like that. And from there it's about 5 minutes to home. And you can see it's taken me about 5 minutes to get from James to school. So this is why I say about the 10 minutes for James. But that's back towards the high street. You can just see the sign for the hub down there in the red. Okay, so I'm going to cross over and then wrap this up. I hope you've enjoyed this, guys. As I said before, please subscribe, please like the video. It does mean a lot. And we'll catch up soon. Keep it real, keep safe. See you soon.